Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the LF Energy webinar series. Today, Carly is going to be talking to us about social media and some of the best practices for that. But LF Energy is a very social organization, and one of the ways that we keep in touch with everybody is through social media. And so we've got two different webinars that Carly is going to be presenting, one today and I think one next week. And we are very much looking forward to learning some best practices. So one quick note on the webinar itself. If you have any questions during the talk, you can type them into the Q&A box, which you should have along your control line there. And if you need to get in touch with me, just raise your hand and I will notice it and I will contact you through chat. Or you can send me a chat as well. So with that, I will hand it over to Carly.
Awesome. And just to double check, can you see my screen okay? Is it in full presentation mode?
We can see the address bar, but we can see the whole slides. So I think it's fine.
Okay, perfect.
Good.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm really excited to get to talk about this very important topic of LinkedIn. Like Jeffro said, my name is Carly Akerly, and I'm with Socialite Chicago, a social media marketing agency located in Chicago. Today, we're going to cover many topics surrounding LinkedIn and the best practices. I hope you leave this presentation with a better understanding of LinkedIn and how to leverage the platform to promote the message of LF Energy. So let's get started. Today's agenda. Firstly, we are going to highlight where LinkedIn was in the past and where it is today. You may be asking yourself why you should even be using LinkedIn. Well, we're going to answer that question in this presentation. We're going to learn how to make real connections on LinkedIn, how to strengthen your personal profile, how to maintain consistency on the platform and why it's important to be consistent, the types of content and what to share, and how to utilize hashtags and engage with LinkedIn posts from your fellow followers and LF Energy. So LinkedIn started in 2002, but officially launched in 2003. Unlike other platforms like Facebook or Twitter, which are focused on being recreational, LinkedIn emphasizes a user's professional connections and organizations. Users create profile pages that are structured similar to a resume. The profile summarizes their careers, advertises professional skills, and lists career achievements for the LinkedIn network to see. The platform scaled very quickly and actually reached 1 million users just 2 years after its inception. The current CEO is Jeff Weiner, and he has been in this position since 2009. In 2011, LinkedIn officially became a publicly traded company on the New York Stock Exchange, and also in 2011, the company celebrated its 8th anniversary. In 2013, LinkedIn reached 225 million members, growing at a rate of 2 new members per second, with members from across the globe. In 2016, LinkedIn was acquired by Microsoft for $26 billion. The following year, the company reported more than 500 million members in roughly 200 countries. And today, LinkedIn has over 575 million users with more than 260 million monthly active users. Now we're going to highlight some amazing facts of LinkedIn to give you a better idea of the demographics and important statistics of the platform. So just how many professionals are using LinkedIn? 1 in 3 professionals on the planet are on LinkedIn. When it comes to desktop versus mobile, 41% of users visit LinkedIn via a mobile device. The average number of first connections on LinkedIn is 930. LinkedIn makes up more than 50% of all social traffic to B2B websites and blogs. Of the 2 billion millennials globally, 87 million of them are on LinkedIn. And at 43%, just under half of all LinkedIn users are women. 80% of B2B leads come from LinkedIn, while only 13% come from Twitter and 7% come from Facebook. And LinkedIn generates 3 times more conversions and sales than Twitter and Facebook. So why use LinkedIn? If you're attending events and other functions, LinkedIn provides you with a platform to stay connected to other individuals or organizations that you come in contact with. It's awesome for networking. If you're meeting people in person, this is a way to bring that to another platform. If you don't have someone's contact information, LinkedIn allows you to send personalized message to other users, even if you don't have their email addresses. If you're looking to connect with individuals from a specific organization, LinkedIn allows you to search employees from all types of businesses from all over the globe. There is a ton of relevant information and important business topics on the platform. If you're looking to stay informed on your niche, LinkedIn is the platform to do so. And information is power, and LinkedIn is information. CEOs, vice presidents, and other important decision makers are on the platform. And brands like LF Energy are on there. And with LinkedIn, you can enhance brands and spread the latest news with your followers. Businesses can have a greater reach with LinkedIn and connect with people who may have not have heard of the organization otherwise. LinkedIn is the perfect platform to make real connections. And when it comes to making real connections, you have to nurture those connections. With every share, like, or comment, first think how you're serving your connections. That should always be your number one priority. Are you giving value to your connections? What is the purpose and what is the message that you are publicizing? How are you engaging with your audience? With important LinkedIn tools, you can remain on connections radars. When you like a post, you are automatically in that first connections notifications. The timing and frequency of your posts is quite important, but we'll touch on that later in this presentation, all about consistency. Are you receiving engagements on your posts? How many likes and comments are you getting on a given post? If you're not receiving much engagement, you need to alter that message in order to keep your audience engaged. Most importantly, be yourself and use your voice on the platform. People don't want to be communicating with a computer, they want to be communicating with a person. LinkedIn offers plenty of features within the platform that you can use to nurture your connections. There is in the moment messaging where you can message new connections or existing connections in real time. If you meet someone at an event and want to remain connected, this is the place to send them a sentence or two highlighting the experience you shared and why you'd like to remain connected. LinkedIn has features to acknowledge coworkers and other connections. I will show you how to do this shortly. Also on LinkedIn, you are able to browse your connections activity. So if you want to see what your connections are communicating with, use the platform to browse their most recent activity. I will also show you how to do this shortly. So at the top of your toolbar, you have the My Network tab, and this is where you can manage your entire network. All of your invitations will come through here, and you can send new invitations as well. The search bar, you can automatically go to an individual's profile and organization. I will show you all about that later in this presentation. The Manage My Network area to the left of the screen, that's where you can individually go through all of your connections. As you can see here, this is a screenshot from my own profile. I have a little over 1,200 connections. I have one other teammate or coworker. My contacts, these are people that I already have existing email addresses of. I have 661. People I follow, that tends to be other influencers or celebrities. Groups I belong to or follow, pages that I follow, and hashtags that I follow. In this section, LinkedIn curates people that I may know. In this section, it says people you may know from the University of Dayton. That's the college that I graduated from. If I scroll down this page, it's people I may know from Chicago, people I may know from LF Energy, people I may know from past organizations I belong to, charities, things in that nature. LinkedIn automatically gives me people that I may want to connect with. So this, if you're looking to build your network, this is the perfect spot to do so. So I'm going to show you how to browse a user's activity. So for this example, we're going to visit Shuli Goodman's from LF Energy, her profile. So I simply go to the search bar at the top of the screen and type in Shuli Goodman's name. Once I type that name in, LinkedIn prompts her profile. So I go ahead and click Shuli's profile. And we are first connections. So since we are first connections, I'm able to see all of our mutual connections that we share. I can see Shuli's contact information, only the information that Shuli has put into LinkedIn already. So she may have included her personal website, her email address, her phone number, things in that nature. I can message Shuli. And the important part of her profile is this More tab. I can share her profile to another user via the messenger. I can save her profile similar to a resume. I can save it as a PDF. I can give kudos, which means to acknowledge Shuli, and I will show you what that looks like shortly. I can request a recommendation. I can recommend Shuli or add to her testimonials. If I no longer want to see Shuli's posts, I can unfollow Shuli. I can remove the connection entirely in this section if I no longer want to be a first connection of this person. And I can report or block the profile. So to browse Shuli's activity, I scroll down Shuli's LinkedIn profile and go to the activity section. This is all of her latest activity. I simply hit see all in the upper right hand corner, and LinkedIn brings me to the Shuli's activity page. I can sort by all activity, I can sort by articles, her posts, or documents. And it's sorted by chronological order. So everything, Shuli's latest comments, likes, or shares, it will be by her most recent activity. And you can go for ages down her activity. There really is no limit on what activity is being shown. So if you want to go months back, you're able to do so. If I want to share a post, I go to my newsfeed in the home section and simply hit start a post. This is the desktop version that I'm showing you right now. There's a camera icon if I want to upload images. There's a video camera icon if I want to upload videos. And there is a page looking icon if I want to link to an article. Writing an article on LinkedIn is also another option, and that's similar to a blog post. So if you want to upload long form content, select write an article. And on the left hand screenshot, this is the mobile version of starting a post. Just like the desktop version, there is a camera icon, a video camera icon, and an image looking icon. That is to upload existing images or videos that you have in your camera roll. If you want to take a live photo or a live video, then you would select the camera or video camera icon. And on the right is the desktop version of creating a post. There automatically is add a hashtag to help people see your post, and LinkedIn generates trending hashtags for you to include in your post. These are very important, and I will show you later more about hashtags. To celebrate a teammate, or like I said earlier, to give kudos, you hit celebrate a teammate. And in the left-hand side, in this example, Philip is celebrating Kelly for making work fun. And when you give kudos to another coworker or teammate, LinkedIn generates this graphic. There are several different graphics that LinkedIn gives depending on what you are celebrating that teammate for. And there you could celebrate for anything. If someone just gave a presentation, if you recently met a teammate out and they gave you tips on a certain topic, go ahead and celebrate them. It's a great way to stay engaged with another member. And this notifies all of your first connections that someone is really excelling in their career. On the right side is a screenshot of how to customize an invitation. So if you're in that Network tab and you click connect with a new member, you can add up to 300 characters, 1 to 2 sentences on why you want to connect with that person, or you can say, hey, we met here, would love to stay connected, and send a new invitation. I recommend personalizing your messages instead of just sending a blind connection. People are more likely to accept your connection request. And this is also very similar to the messenger. So if you're sending messages within the platform, you can add more than 300 characters, but you're able to message similar with this format. So strengthening your profile, the first tip I have is adding testimonials. And you can ask your clients, you can ask your coworkers, anyone that you have dealt with in your career to add a testimonial to your profile. This gives more trust to your profile and showcases your skills as well. And there are 2 ways to ask for a testimonial. One way is going to your profile and scrolling all the way down to the recommendations tab. As you can see, I have 8 recommendations on my profile. I have given 4. To ask for a recommendation, simply click ask for a recommendation. And this will allow you to ask any of your first connections to write a testimonial for you. If you want to write someone a testimonial, you go ahead and select that pencil icon next to ask for a recommendation. And you're able to write any of your first connections a testimonial. The second way to request a testimonial from someone is visiting their profile, like I showed you before, going to that More tab and selecting Request a Recommendation. I can also recommend that person by visiting their profile as well. The second way to strengthen your profile is to customize your URL. So when you make a LinkedIn account, LinkedIn gives you a URL that is a scramble of letters and numbers, and it's not easy to navigate that profile. So when you create a custom URL, you are basically telling LinkedIn that you want this person to navigate your profile using your first and last name, or whatever you customize that URL to be. And when you have it customized, you can add it to your resume, your email signature, or wherever else you're putting your credentials. And it's basically showing that person that your entire resume virtually. To customize your URL, you go ahead and navigate to your profile. And in the right-hand corner is Edit Public Profile and URL. So this is what my profile looks like to the public eye. So anyone that I'm not connected to, this is what my profile looks like. And you're able to edit all of this privacy within this section as well. So your profile's public visibility is what you're showing. I have the basic, which is my name, number of connections in my region. I don't show a profile photo on mine, but you're able to show that if you just go to the edit visibility section of this area. But for now, we're going to stick to edit your custom URL. So to personalize your URL, you go to the upper right hand corner, and mine is /Carly Akerly. So you can only edit the last backslash. You just simply hit the pencil icon and you can edit your URL. If someone already has your first and last name, I recommend keeping it as simple as possible and adding a hyphen, adding one number after your last name. Very simple, because the simpler the better when it comes to the URL. Oh, doesn't look like this one is loading. Well, in this section here, I'm going to skip over this slide because it's not loading properly. But in this section, my third tip is to add comments and updates regularly. I recommend at least once a week to update your LinkedIn. It showcases your opinion and thought leadership, and there are two ways to add comments. You can either share a post and add 1 to 2 sentences to that post, giving an opinion on an article or something in that nature, or you can directly comment on a post. And I have more examples since this slide isn't loading. I have more examples later in this presentation, but you can go ahead and add comments directly to a update. In one of the examples I had, someone attended an event in Paris and he commented, "Hey, that was a great event. Would love to attend in the future." Something very simple. It's totally fine as long as you're engaging with that brand. So LF Energy has a bunch of different events and webinars that people attend. If you're attending those events, I highly recommend commenting, sharing, engaging. It helps the brand and it helps you with your profile. So consistency comes in two forms: frequency and timing. Finding a good posting schedule that works for you and your LinkedIn profile is a great way to build trust and engagement with your followers. You must consider the frequency of your posts and the timing of your posts. Like I said earlier, I recommend at least posting once a week, but if you can post daily, that's even better. But of course, not everyone has that time in their schedule. But it really only takes about 5 to 10 minutes a day to update your LinkedIn profile. So timing is very important. And when you're updating your profile, you want to update it on the best days of the week, obviously not the worst days. And when it comes to LinkedIn, since it is a professional platform, typically the worst days to post are Saturday and Sunday, since people aren't really using the platform at that time. But the best days are Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays in the middle of the week during work hours. The LinkedIn algorithm favors updates with more engagement. So updates that have more engagement on them, like likes and comments and shares, they're going to have a longer shelf life versus an update that only has one like. So it's actually common to see an update lasting several weeks after its post date if it's doing well on engagement. So that means the more engagement your post has, the longer shelf life it is going to have. LinkedIn sees the most clicks, shares, and comments occurring right before work, after work, and during lunchtime, since people have downtime during those time periods. And I got this screenshot from Sprout Social, which is a social media scheduler. And they have a bunch of resources if you're ever curious to learn more about timing and frequency. Content is so important on the platform. On LinkedIn, try to tell a story of your career and achievements. Tell the story of the organizations that you're linked to as well. Who are you trying to reach? Think about your audience and what resonates with your audience the most. Focus on what's working for you. If posting long content is working for you, continue to do so. If you're not receiving much engagement on posts without hashtags, add more hashtags. Engage with your connections by liking, commenting, and sharing posts. If someone comments on your LinkedIn update, be sure to comment back or at least like their comment to ensure that you're acknowledging that other person. Utilize the @ symbol. If you collaborated with someone on a project or attended an event with someone else, include them on your post. They're more likely to share that post if they are being notified by LinkedIn that they have been mentioned in an update. So I showed you earlier in the home screen what it looks like to start a post and to write an article. This is, like I said, the desktop version. Writing an article tends to look similar to a blog post, and you can embed video, you can embed images to that, you can have hashtags within your article. It will save directly to your profile. So if you are creating an article, that will last much longer and be linked to your profile for longer periods. And of course, like, comment, and share is the simplest way to engage on the platform. Creating with others helps bridge the gap between you and a new audience. You can share updates in full text up to 1,300 characters, post videos that are both native or from YouTube, as well as share pictures and write complete articles. Don't be afraid to get creative, reach out for collaborations, and actively share what others are doing. It's the easiest way to get on someone's good side and develop longer lasting relationships. The reason for this is that growth happens when your content reaches your second and third degree network. This gives people outside your immediate network the opportunity to see your updates and connect with you. In this graphic, you can see everything begins with you. The first connections are people that you are directly connected with. Second connections are people your connections are connected to. And third connections are people you have no common connections with. But when you start a post and that post gets shared, that's trickling into your second degree connections and your third degree connections. Oh, looks like we have another slide that's not properly working. Let me see if I can get it up on this. There. I'll do it from this angle since it's not properly working on the share tab. Can everyone see this correctly?
Yes. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. So hashtags and sharing. How to add a hashtag to your LinkedIn update. When you are sharing a post or an update, from the homepage, click into that share an article, photo, video, or idea field. Write, upload, or link to that content, and you can add hashtags by simply using the pound symbol. A few recommendations: use 3 to 5 hashtags on your update. Weave hashtags into the body of your LinkedIn update or list them as keywords at the bottom of your article. Monitor hashtags on LinkedIn, which I will show you how to do shortly. Use LinkedIn suggested hashtags. So what are LinkedIn suggested hashtags? As you can see in this right screenshot, at the bottom of an update, when you begin typing, adding 1 to 2 sentences to an update, LinkedIn automatically generates a few hashtags that are trending that may apply to that update. So typically for LF Energy, LinkedIn will generate like renewable energy, climate change, different trending hashtags that will let your LinkedIn update become more discoverable. So using hashtags on LinkedIn will make your content more discoverable and help you connect with members that may be interested in your company. Let me try to get back here. Some hashtags do's and don'ts. When you're making a hashtag, do not add spaces. So multiple word hashtags should be grouped together, similar to Nike's Just Do It. It's just do it, one word, not just space do space it. That's not how hashtags work. It has to be one unified word. Do capitalize multi-word hashtags. It's easier for the user to read. So for example, Linux Foundation, capital L, capital F. And just like Just Do It, capital J, capital D, capital I. That's just easier for the hashtag to not be read incorrectly. Don't use any symbols. So even if a word has an apostrophe in it, don't use that apostrophe. Hashtags operate under their own rules. So even if it's not grammatically correct, make sure it applies to the hashtag rules of not using any symbols. That being said, punctuation around your hashtag does not affect it. So if you have a comma, an end mark, or other form of punctuation, including that on your hashtag will not affect the tag itself. Always check your spelling, because a misspelled hashtag will be a misconnection. It will not be used properly, even if it's LF Energy with 2 E's in there will not be linked to the LF Energy hashtag. So here's how to follow LF Energy's hashtag. Go to your search bar at the top of the screen and type in hashtag LF Energy, and it will bring you to all the results that have comments, that have post updates utilizing that hashtag. Right here brings you to the LF Energy hashtag page. You can simply hit follow, and you are now following LF Energy's hashtag. This is really important when you're engaging with this brand, because anyone that follows this hashtag, this will be put on their feed. So you don't have to be directly connected with someone for your update to be applied to them if they follow this hashtag. And to view all of your followed hashtags, I follow a lot of them. I like to be updated on a lot of social media topics and other marketing topics. Go to the left-hand side of your home screen, and there's the followed hashtags button. Go to the followed hashtags button that's highlighted in the blue. And this brings you to all of your hashtags. As you can see, I follow 62 hashtags. I just followed LF Energy, so that's the first one that shows up. It's sorted in chronological order. And you also can unfollow any hashtags in this section. And if you want to unfollow, you just hit the following button underneath the hashtag, and you can unfollow any hashtag. So sharing an update. I have 2 examples here. This is the GFX webinar that LF Energy just recently hosted. If you wanted to help LF Energy get more registrants for that event, hit the share button, and all of your first connections will appear on their newsfeed. It'll expand the reach of LF Energy, and it will also show that you are engaging with another brand. This is a great way to engage with a brand and engage with your followers. So go ahead and press share, and as you can see at the bottom of that update, you don't have to add sentences to the update. You can share without. I recommend adding at least 1 to 2 sentences. As you can see, I simply put learn more about the hashtag GFX webinar, register today, hashtag LF Energy. And LinkedIn generated a few hashtags that I can apply to this that are trending, like hashtag register today, hashtag learn more, and I can post that update. If you want to stay updated on LF Energy, go to that LF Energy page, and all of our updates are there that you can like, comment on, and share. So I want to set aside 5 minutes for any questions that I can hopefully answer for you. I hope you found this presentation to be informative, and I hope that you can maximize your time on LinkedIn. Are there any questions?
Folks can feel free to either raise your hand or type a question into the question and answer box. It's also possible there aren't any because you were very thorough.
Okay, awesome. No problem if there aren't any. I'm always a resource for anyone connected to LF Energy. So I'm happy to send my contact information after this if you do think of any questions or want me to look over your LinkedIn profile or anything in that nature.
You did a great job. Thank you very much, Carly. Maybe what you do is at the on this question and answer slide that you why don't we all get together, but I'd like to put this up on the website, and then we can add something on the slide where about how to get in touch with you.
Perfect.
So we'll work on that. You did a great job. And David, Gianluca, Lino, Lucien, thank you for attending. If you have any questions or you want any help to do your profile, we are there to help you. And we really want to be able to use social media well in order to be able to amplify the message of LF Energy.
Sounds great. All right, I think we can close up then. Thanks everybody for coming. Thank you very much, Carly, for a great presentation. I was following along and typing things into LinkedIn while you were talking, and I learned quite a bit. Really
awesome. Glad to hear it.
Yeah. Okay. And it's like
Thanks.
questions.
Bye-bye.
Thanks everybody. Bye now.